Welcome back, room 19. There's a little bit of a glare. Let me fix that. We are looking at social studies, and we're going to set up our notebook. So this is going to be similar to what we did with math. Let's take a look. I'm going to open up on the inside. I want to make sure I fill out some information over here with my name. In case you lose it somewhere at home, they know who it belongs to. Alright, again, we want to use these margins as a guide, so I'm going to use my trusty ruler. Got a margin. Got another margin. We're going to set up our table of contents. Social studies. Table of contents. And we will do date. We will do lesson title. And we will do page number. I'm going to come through and just box this out. If you are using pens, make sure you have correction tape nearby in case you make a mistake. All right. And similar to math, we are going to use the left and right model. So 1L and 1R. So we are going to do this on 8/17/2020. All right, and we're going to call this one lesson template. All right. Now, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to have different lessons and we're going to fill it up. And just like with math, we want to pick 1, 2, 3 pages for our table of contents, just in case we need it. So once you have those 3 pages and you have a paper clip, I've got another fun one Mrs. McNeil got for me. This one looks like a cat. It's adorable. I'm going to flip it open to that first page. And again, the very first thing I want to do is number my pages. I'm doing 1 left. And I'm doing 1 right, 1R. And that's just about all it has in common with our math notes. We're going to start over on the left. And typically we will have a date, so let's go ahead and put our date on the second line. 8/17/2020. And this section is going to be our pre-write. Right. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to come down and I'm going to write the word sketch. Drawing is a very important part of learning. Sometimes if we draw out our ideas, it's going to help us out. So typically a pre-write will be, I'll pose a question and we'll do a pre-write about our thinking, what we believe. So I'll typically have frames for you when we do those, but for now you can just put Prewrite Sketch, and below our sketch, let's go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have enough space. I'm going to put a line down here. All right. And under that line, I'm going to write the word reflection. And this is something, even though it's on the left side of the page, it's going to be something we do when the lesson is over. All right, so what we think it is, we will sketch out what we mean by our pre-write, and then when the lesson is over, we will have a reflection. All right, and this is where it gets fun. We have a left and a right. So now you want to take your notes and flip it this direction. And it's going to be a little odd. Again, I like to use these margins. Gives me very straight lines. And you just want to split this up into 3 columns. I suppose since we're talking math, we could do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And that's the space of how many is that top section? It's a 1-inch margin, so 28. 28 divided by 3. We want to be roughly about let's go through and eyeball this out. All right. And we are going to go with observation, wonderings, and the last one would be things that we learn, learnings. Now, this exact setup is what we're going to use for science as well, so it'll be very familiar. Typically with observations, I might show you a picture, I could show you a drawing, I could show you an infographic, a video, and you want to make some observations while we are viewing it. We're just going to bullet point. We're going to collect information this way. As we are viewing, we might stop and we might question what we see and throw in some wonderings. So, what do we see? What do we wonder? And when we talk about things that we learn, typically at the end, you will have something that you take away, something that you've learned, something that turns your light bulb on. And for the sake of setting up this template, I did it in black, but I would recommend picking 3 colors. So a color for observation, a color for wondering, and a color for learning. So once we have finished our pre-write and our sketch, and we've done the activity, last but not least, that's when we go back to our reflection. So after we've done everything on 1R, we will come back and write just about a paragraph about what the experience was. So here's an overview of what I've got. My Elmo's going to work with me right now. So this is typically what 2 pages of notes would look like. This structure will vary. The left side is always going to stay the same. The right side might look a little bit different. But this is my basic template. All right, guys. I'll see you live and we'll take some notes.